Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, and welcome to your psychic crystal reading for the new moon in Taurus, April 22nd and 23rd, 2020. The new moon represents the beginning of a new 28-day cycle, which is great for making a fresh start. This new moon in Taurus can bring surprising and unheralded fluctuations and transformations. Due to the new moon conjunct Uranus and its squaring Saturn, these influences will be quite difficult. It's wise to strive to be prudent, careful, restrained, and level-headed, and try to think and behave rationally. However, this will be a challenge as you will feel more inclined toward restlessness, revolution, and resistance. It is wise to be flexible and open-minded during this 28-day cycle. As always, for the full moons and the new moons, I'm going to look into my crystal and I'm going to give you messages and predictions from my spirit guides to tell you what the energies of this new moon in Taurus will bring to you during the next 2 weeks to 30 days. I'm going to look into each of the 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and air. The earth elements are Taurus. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So I'm going to look into the earth signs first, which is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Wishing things were different and wishing things would change comes up strongly for you earth signs. Wanting to make decisions and wanting decisions to be made and vacillating and fluctuating and weighing options are going to be a strong theme for some of you earth signs. It could make you feel really jumpy and irritable as well. Many of you are going to want to have resolution, want there to be resolution of old problems. This could be personally, in your life personally, or it could be globally and collectively. Some of you earth signs are going to receive good news that something you were waiting for or wanting to happen gets pushed through. It could be a deal, it could be a loan, something you've been waiting for. It comes through or it gets pushed through. It could be money even. Some of you earth signs may find yourself in a bit of a pickle where you're having to be like a mediator between 2 warring factions, or like that there could be like tumultuous things going on with your friends or your close family members, and a lot of like bickering, dickering, and upheaval going on. Some of you get some kind of sublime rewards where you hit pay dirt in some way. You could sell something really quickly, or you sell something really fast, or somebody hires you and pays you, a great deal of money to handle some big problem. Like something sublime and like sails in for you. Be careful staking your claim to something because you could find out that it's built on rocky foundation. So that could be a new job, that could be a new property, that could be a new relationship. Just be careful of throwing all your eggs in one basket or putting all your money down on something, because there could be some kind of rocky foundation here. Don't judge people too quickly at this time, because you may find out that they actually surprise you, and you may have one opinion about them now and then be totally taken aback and surprised that they're not who you thought they were. That could go either way. You may be like down about them and think, I don't trust them, or they're wacky, or I don't like this or that about them, and then be pleasantly surprised, and they could become a great friend or ally to you. Or it could be the absolute reverse, where you think they're the greatest and you're judging them too quickly thinking they're the greatest, and then you find out they're not so great as what you thought. I do feel that some of you earth signs are coming into some money. It comes up here again, and this could be through some deal. some like business deal or business transaction, especially if you own your own business or you're in a position to buy and sell or trade something on a personal level. I don't feel this is so much connected to do with a big company. I feel this is like on a personal level. You have to be cautious of over sensationalism. There could be over sensationalism happening in the media or out in the world in some way, or on something that you're listening to, paying attention to, and watching. So be careful and use your intuition to navigate through anything that seems like it could be over sensationalism. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the element of fire. This will be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So now for the fire signs. Did I throw you off? Because I usually do water here. I threw my own self off. You may feel like there's a ridiculous amount of work or pressure being put on you over the next 2 weeks to 30 days, fire signs. You may find yourself jumping to conclusions and having irrational thinking, some of you fire signs. You may also feel like this pressure of like an anxiety of like you have to get things done. You may feel like time's ticking, tick tock, I got to hurry up, and this pressure could be imposed on you, but it could be imposed on you from outside sources as well. Some of you may find a leasing agreement or some kind of contract or written arrangement is coming to a close at this time, right now, or over the course of the next 2 weeks to 30 days. However, there are going to be situations that are going to arise where you're going to be able to shine, fire signs, where you're going to be able to show the world like what you're made of. Really be very generous, giving, bold, brave, altruistic. Be careful, fire signs. Some of you may have somebody that wants to make a scapegoat out of you, to be the fall guy, to take the heat for something. So, that may come up for some of you fire signs. You have to be careful, fire signs. Somebody may try to talk you into something that may sound like it's too good to be true, and then it may be difficult for you to back out of it. That's likely. This could be any kind of Ponzi scheme or deal that sounds like it just is too good to be true. Maybe somebody's going to offer you a job or offer you a way out of something, and it sounds really good, but then the reality of it, and as it's playing out, isn't at all what you are led to believe. So be careful of that. Watch your tongue. Watch what you say. You may be really prone to like blurting things out in haste, in anger, in rebelliousness. Be careful of that. Also be careful of you yourself try not to manipulate somebody to get the results that you want. Try not to let manipulative behaviors kick up in you where you want certain outcomes, so you start playing power games or pulling different strings or saying certain things to get results that you want. That may not go in the way that you want over the course of the next 30 days. Some of you need to be cautious that you need more time to sort things out. Your moods are going to be very changing over the next 2 weeks to 30 days, and your feelings and beliefs and what you want. And so actually some of you fire signs may be quite fickle during this time. So I would be really hesitant to make any big decisions or have a concrete fixed in your opinions, because being fickle and changeable comes up really strongly for you fire signs. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now I'm going to look into the element of water. This is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. This new moon in Taurus is going to make you want to have more action. You water signs are going to be looking for more action. Some of you water signs are going to feel like this is the time for me to strike while the iron's hot. But it's not the best time. You need to wait a couple of months. Some of you water signs are going to find that you get scared off really easy of like relationships or projects or plans that are going to come up. You may scare easily during the next 2 weeks to 30 days. I don't feel like I don't want to say like, I don't feel like your courage is high. I just feel like, I don't mean it that way. I just feel like you're going to be too emotional. And you might scare off easy. I feel that some of you water signs are going to figure out a way around certain things. You're going to find loopholes or gaps or holes where you can take advantage of during the next 2 weeks to 30 days while from the effects of this new moon in Taurus in April of 2020. If you cast a wide net, you're going to find that you can get some things that you want. If you're looking for jobs, if you're looking for a place to live, new place to live, if you're looking for a new love relationship, over the next 30 days, if you're willing to cast a wide net, maybe wider than what you normally would, I do feel like you're going to catch some things that you want. Some of you are going to get some real insight into spirituality, spiritual practices. You may start becoming more religious, more spiritual, more in tune with your spirit guides, with the angelic realms. All of that is kicking up for you water signs from this new moon in Taurus. Any of your plans, water signs, that really look like they got derailed or have been derailed, you're going to see that they're going to get back on track. Now, I don't know if they're going to get back on track over the next 2 weeks to 30 days. It may be towards the end of this, cycle, this 28-day to 30-day cycle, where if they got derailed, they'll get back on track. Be cautious, water signs, because I feel like you're overthinking and you're thinking too much during the times, this 2 weeks to 30 days from the energy of this Taurus new moon. Some of you may even get attracted to or drawn into something that's unhealthy for you. It could be foods, it could be alcohol or some kind of drugs or an unhealthy relationship. But be careful, because there's like something kind of casting a mystical spell for some of you water signs that you could be lulled into something that would not be good for you. Some of you need to be careful about overspending. Maybe you're bored and you're doing too much shopping online. You may regret this at a later date. It's not buyer's remorse, it's almost like spender's remorse. So just be careful, water signs, that you don't overdo it. I'm not saying don't spend any money, but be cautious, because you may find that you're racking up credit card debt or bills out of boredom. So I hope those messages were of help to you. Now on to the element of air. This will be Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Some of you air signs are going to start seeing things in a new light. Things that were cloudy to you, or like you couldn't see the forest for the trees, are going to start to become clear. Some of you may utilize this energy to put things into a new format, or to apply like a new design to something, new format, new design, new plans. This new moon in Taurus could create a lot of bewildering energy, though. So I'm getting a dichotomy there, because some of you are going to start seeing some things really, really clearly that were cloudy to you before. However, not to be the reverse, but I do get some of you air signs are going to feel like things have gotten more confusing and more cloudy to you over the next 2 weeks to 30 days. Some of you are going to be really second guessing yourself quite a bit and having a lot of distractions. So it's not a good time for you to make big judgment calls or big decisions. Some of you are going to get some kind of news or information about how to handle something in a new, improved, or better way. It could be your business. It could be to do with your finances. It could be to do with payments of things. It could be to do with like fixing things. Some of you may start up a new conversation with someone new. Could meet them online. It could also be starting a new conversation with somebody you haven't talked to in a very, very long time. So it's either a new person or someone you haven't talked to for a long time. There's like new conversations coming up for you over the next 2 weeks to 30 days. You're going to find, some of you air signs, that if you do something and go out of your way and be helpful to someone, they're going to turn around and then be very helpful to you. So whenever you can show a kindness or a generosity or help to someone, it comes back to you, karmically speaking, 10,000-fold. Some of you need to be careful. Are you doing the things that you could be or should be doing? Are you finding yourself actually wasting time? As some of you may feel like that's what's happening. Be careful. Some of you may speak against or speak out against something you don't know very much about, or you don't have all the information. So be careful of being too outspoken in a negative sense, or too protesting, or too belligerent about something that you feel like impassioned about, because I feel like it's a mistake that you don't really have all the information. So that you may end up looking foolish later on for all that protesting going on. Some of you may have some luck, some of you air signs, where you get out of some kind of debt, or you're able to pay something off, which is surprising considering what's going on out in the world right now. But I do get that, like the ability to, maybe you're going to pay off a credit card, or pay off a car loan, or pay off your mortgage, or pay off some debt. Maybe you borrowed money from somebody, but I feel that some of you are going to be able to pay off some kind of debt over the course of the next 2 weeks to 30 days, some of you air signs. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. As always, thank you so much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like, share, and subscribe if you do. And if you do subscribe and you would like to get notified when I upload my videos, just hit that notification bell, and that will be what happens. Now, as I always say, I post my most recent links of the videos that I record of predictions and messages from my spirit guides that I post on my Vimeo on-demand pages. Those links are down below in the description box in the Show More section, and they're also on my website, www.theluckymermaid.com. You go to the videos tab on my menu, and you can see all the different video series I have recorded. You can read what divination tools I used, how long the predictions go out for. You just click on your sign or the sign that you want, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. Now, the most recent links I have posted are for the psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac for the month of April 2020, where I do a continuation where I've looked into, after I do the psychic tarot readings at the beginning of the month for your sign, I continue on and expand it by looking into my crystal. That link is below this video. If you would also like to get one of the other most recent videos I've recorded, is the important angel messages for these changing times for each sign of the zodiac. I used 3 different angel related cards. I used the Keepers of the Light oracle cards, the Angels and Ancestors oracle cards, and Ask an Angel oracle card. Plus, I pulled a gemstone crystal for you for each sign of the zodiac to see what's the best gemstone crystal for your sign to use during these changing times. This is pivotal times that we're in right now. So if you're interested in seeing what messages the angels had for your sign and predictions, that link is below this video, and as I said, also on my website. The other most recent video series I recorded is What's Lucky and New for You, Psychic Tarot readings for 2020, for the year of 2020. So what's lucky and new for you in 2020, Psychic Tarot readings. Plus I pulled an oracle card for each sign in those videos as well. So there's also some other video links I feel are important to look at this time. I'm going to post them below. And if you would like to donate to this channel and help support my readings and help support my channel here, there's a donation link I have down below, all those video links. And I want to say thank you so much to all of you that have been so kind and generous and donated to my channel. I do truly appreciate it. So thank you so much for that. If you would like to get more predictions and messages from my spirit guides channeled through me that you're not going to see here on YouTube, you can follow me on my social media pages at The Lucky Mermaid on Facebook, The Psychic Pastry Chef on Facebook, and the Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. I use many different divination tools and different cards and the crystal, and I give you messages and predictions from my spirit guides using those, and they're not just for the day that I post them. Some are going to be for a few months out, a couple months out, a couple weeks out. It's not just for one day. They resonate with a lot of people. You may find they resonate with you as well. I'd love to see you on my social media pages. So thank you so much for that. So even though this may be a very challenging new moon in April, I certainly hope that you're able to navigate it and find as much peace and calm as you possibly can, and to remain as level-headed and open-minded as possible. So may you receive fantastic and uplifting energy for all the signs of the zodiac out there, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.